Hello. Today, I would like to talk about a topic of static and dynamic. In this context, static as a still or minimum motion, dynamic as a changeable, active, and adaptable. Animism as a perspective of which natural object and the universe itself has a soul. Supernatural power sounds like out of my reach, but natural power seems to be obtainable with a correct approach. People haven't flown kites for millennia for relaxation, as a recreation, military signaling, and scientific experimentations. The practice originated in China around 3,000 years ago, later spread to Southeast Asia and beyond. 18th century Japan, kites were used for festivals, spectacle entertainment, competition, celebrations. It brought people together to experience the natural force. Thus, kite become a symbol of unity and hope. In the 20th century, there are other applications such as aerial photography for military use. These studies gave advance to the aerodynamics. And later, the first flight takes place in Outer Banks, North Carolina. I wanted to bring my artwork to outside of a gallery museum settings. Flying kites helped me to visualize flowing energy. Also a good reason to go outside and revisiting the sense of unity and hope. The vehicle I used for this task, I made a hexagon kite called Sanjo Rokkaku kite. This design, unchanged for 2,000 years, the ratio of 5 to 4 hexagon, structurally, aerodynamically efficient. The device gives me an opportunity to experience and understand fluid dynamics. Lift, drag, tension, weight. These terms are metaphor of life, and finding that sufficient balance is necessary. Sometimes there is no wind. Learn to accept the reality. No lift, and gravity takes over. The only option in this situation is waiting, but the line tension continues. Seems like it's thinking something. Adjusting bridle loop lengths to find the correct balance and the tension. Fine-tuning is essential for different types of wind. If it fails to do so, it will not fly, or it could break against the force of wind. Flying them in various locations and conditions, document the behavior and study for improvements. Every time I fly, I learn something new. At the end, this activity makes me healthy and creative. Connecting with another artist is always stimulating. Here's an artist work with a CNC router with a color marker instead of drills. Smartphone selfies become an optical art. This is an example of a kite display indoor. Trying to make it interactive by pulling the control bar. Connected lines change the angle of attack. Makes a difference in air resistance and pull of gravity. In the beginning, it was a paper airplane, folding a paper to see how it responds in flowing air. And later, it became non-structural self-inflatable kite. There's a lot of fun making these kites. Calculated geometry in architecture and a breathtaking calligraphy coexist in space. The constant intensity and static tension material speaks its soul in this quiet moment, with constant light and action. I made a visit to Sanjo, Japan, the birthplace of Rokkaku hexagon kite. There is a kite maker, sixth generation of a family business, still on making, keeping the family tradition of unity and hope. "350 years history of Sanjo Kite Festival continues. Some enthusiastic locals live for this annual event and welcome visitors. For this, kite makers cut and dry bamboo, then stretch paper over them and painting on with the anticipation of flight. This is a craft of love, connecting a people all looking up for something exciting. An autonomous device dancing in the sky, and they began to have dialogues. I have been making kites for only 7 years. The main thing I learned from this is to eliminate unnecessary things. It makes me creative in this natural world, and most importantly, this activity keeps me healthy. On the surface, there are record of activities, static and dynamic. Finding a balance over lift, drag, tension, and weight. Then trust the gravity. Uninterrupted time continues to flow.